he's a really strong driver, actually performs very well in the Porsche Carrera Cup Asia. But that is one very damaged Audi.
Let's see if we can work out who else was involved here. We were on board, and it was an AMG.
Hoffer Mercedes.
Yeah, it was a Hoffer Mercedes, and there was a bit of back and forth, and didn't want to give up track position. And Xiaobi Wang zigs, whilst the Hoffer Mercedes zags, and then into the wall, and a masterful piece of avoidance from our camera car. That was extraordinary. Who was in the Hoffer car, Peter?
The number 11 Hoffer car, Alexander Prince, very experienced driver, and Alexander
did well.
did well.
Trying to warm up their tyres, I think.
The way I would see that, I think that's on the Audi big time, because Alexander Prince is not deviating his line massively, and Xiaobi Wang's trying to warm his tyres up, and he just swipes straight into the side of the Mercedes, which is new itself, new to the team. It's a 2020 Evo car.
Our camera car, by the way, had to pick way through, and that was... I'm trying to work out which Porsche that was, actually, the dark red car.
Yeah, that has done it. Not very softly, has it? And yeah, identical, very common Eau Rouge.
And we've had the thumbs up, we understand, from the driver. This is what happened then. So the Mercedes rides the curb, gets all unsettled. That's a pretty high-speed lose, and kabang! Into the wall goes Tim Santler. And that is a very badly damaged front of the car. Look.
Did see Vincent Ambro back on the top step of the podium at the end of the Ferrari. Oh my goodness! Oh, well, that's Hash in the back of Dominic Baumann, who careers into the barrier, and that is some extensive damage. The rear spoiler separated from the car. Hash has also come to a grinding halt.
Podium. We're going to see that moment again.
God, the BDR Gruppo problem was so fortunate there. Just came across the front of it, but for Dominic Baumann, that is one immense impact.
Yeah, very high speed there, of course, as well. And so the Tech Pro barrier's doing a great job.
Suffering damage. That will mean that Windward will be champions.
Well, it was the Conquest car getting on the curb and going sideways down to the bottom of the hill that caused that bit. No, I take it back. The Gradient car was involved in that. I thought it was further back. Oh dear me, and Brendan Aree absolutely not reading what was going on ahead of him, tried to pass some people when they were all checking up, and absolutely nose-to-nose contact between the two Ferraris, and the Gradient car getting caught up in it as well, and damaged cars all over the place. The engine cover, the bonnet coming off and flying off the 44 John Potter Magnus Race.
And so he moves up into 5th position overall. Extraordinarily.
Oh, no, Hash! Oh my goodness, that's a huge... Oh my
he's worked out the
goodness!
Mercedes as well. A huge shutdown at the hairpin. And lots of damage to the front right corner. The Gatsby Mercedes looking absolutely awful.
Between him, as we see the cars getting extracted.
Oh, wow.
And
a lot of damage on the Ferrari.
Damage here. So what happens here?
Mercedes gets into the Ferrari. Ferrari fired into the wall, spins across the road, debris all over the racetrack. That was a big hit, and Nicola Rossi in the Ferrari would be somewhat shaken and winded by that, won't he?
The exhaust that shouldn't be, but heavy contact. And sounds expensive.
That was just the door opening as well.
Now the car's rolling, so...
Not anymore, it's in the wall.
No, it's been against the wall. I reckon that corner was already needing replacing anyway, but real shame for this team. They're running the strategy with getting Stephen Grove the bronze, and he looks a bit ginger, so it's been heavy contact for Stephen Grove at the top of the mountain. And how has he ended up there?
That car's been on the ground. There's witness marks on the tarmac. That's been on the ground a ways further back.
This is it, looking out the back of Stephen Grove's AMG Mercedes and Kenny Abul up the inside.
I mean, that's as near as far as gone to going over the wall there that has ever happened.
A fair bit of shock, I think, in the cockpit there.
You get winded,
Grove.
yeah,
I think you can see it's taken the wind out of Steve. So
supplied this from the outside, so this is the first good look we've had at that impact and just how high that car was sent. So thank you, Leo.
The scene. It's Marta Garcia who was at the wheel. She's out
I'm walking
of
away.
the car. and walking away from it, assisted at this stage.
It was the 51. 51 hit the rear right of the Porsche that catapulted Verina's car into the wall at very high speed.
I'll work out exactly what happened. BMW versus Lamborghini. Number 1, Georgi Donchev, 991 Darren Lung. The Lamborghini spins in a big accident with lots of barrier damage. Car destroyed, lots of flames. You see the car spins across the other side of the road, and Gabriel Rindon tried to get through the wreckage and clip the back, but Georgi Donchev out of the car in double quick time, and that is the best news of all. That shows how strong a modern day GT3 car is. He's a bit singed, I think, the overalls there, but that was a very lucky escape. That's a huge accident, and Georgi Donchev lucky to get out of that. As I say, it shows the strength of the car, and it shows modern safety measures. There is the Porsche that clips it. That was the secondary impact. We'd seen that car stranded.
It's not just between GT Pro drivers and GTD drivers, and another fire. Now this is a huge incident for the 45 Dex Imaging Lamborghini. This is a full course yellow. Already the driver out. I heard the squeal of tyres, and Danny Formal went off backwards, but the car was ablaze as it was going across the grass. It set the grass alight at the top of the roller coaster. That is a significant conflagration in the engine compartment. The AMR safety truck, the Chevy, to say not the case. Car was engulfed in flames, and of course it spun and went backwards, and therefore, Ryan, the flames were being blown back into the driver's compartment. Normally if you're going forwards, the fire's behind you, but it did actually get into Danny's side of the car there, and no wonder he wanted out of that car quickly.
Oh my goodness, that is harrowing to watch, even in the replay, knowing that he got out of the car. Really scary stuff, and watching now a look from on board a trailing car, you just see a big fireball going off to the side of the road. That has to be so disconcerting. I think that was Robert Wickens we were watching on board with, and oh my goodness, that is an awful lot of flame. Remember, these cars just filled up with fuel too under that most recent full course yellow prior to this one. So yeah, there's a lot of combustible material in the car at that stage when whatever it was went wrong.
It looked, from Robert Wickens' view, 2 or 3 cars back.
Have a look from a different angle from the high camera. Look at the Porsche, bang, and that just obliterates the back of the McLaren, and so many others scatter. I mean, look, there are wheels being ripped off, there's bodywork being ripped off. The Porsche is utterly destroyed, and Laurin Heinrich is a lucky man that he was in such a strong car. You can see the amount of debris on the road. This is the view from onboard number 4 coming into what looks like a war zone, with bodywork everywhere, with wheels bouncing, and Laurin Heinrich having to hope that just sort of gravity stopped the car from getting to the chicane, because by that stage there was nothing to do on a brake pedal. The marshal rather hopefully puts his thumb up to say, "You okay?" And Laurin Heinrich is okay, whereas the Schumacher CLRT squad know that it's an early finish.
I mean, the only positive I can take from it is you're going to DNF in a 24-hour race, do it early, so at least you can go to the bar. Let's have another look at this then. So you're going to see the yellow Merc pop out the way, and then the black Porsche has no vision of it, maybe a half a second on the brakes. The bodywork flies everywhere. That McLaren completely destroyed. Maybe